What is up, everybody? We are live. It is the first Monday. It is Monday, lads, right? It definitely is Monday.
So, somewhere there and thereabouts. That's what I'm going to
got to be honest. I don't know what day of the week it is anymore, but it is Monday. I've been reliably informed that it is Monday, and I've been joined by Mr. James Redmond as always. And look, Steve, you're looking very well today. Bit different there, Steve. How's Christmas, Steve?
Yeah.
Do the accent.
Yeah, Craig, obviously it's been great. I don't actually know Steve's accent so well. He's definitely not from London. But anyway, all right, mate. What's going on?
It's more subtle. It's more more London, but it's not London. No, he's from somewhere else.
Yeah, Craig. He
I like
seems good. I
Raphinha.
don't know. I watched like one
He sounds
Steve
like
show
Steve
fully,
Bruce. He sounds like
Yeah,
Steve Bruce.
it's
Not
been a great
you
game.
knew.
Yeah.
He does have a difficult accent to pick up on, to be fair.
Yeah,
I
when you're
couldn't
not
tell
English,
what-
like I couldn't
Yeah.
tell where Steve's from, like at
Where
all.
is Steve from?
I think he said he was from somewhere. Where does he say he lives now, James? You remember? Where he said he
It's
lived?
by Liverpool. It's by
Is it Formby
Liverpool
or
where he
something?
lives.
Wigan?
Yeah. Formby, but he's not from Liverpool.
I think he's. I can't remember where he's from. He has definitely.
Oh
Told me.
wait, there. I think he might have said Southport.
Oh, he
But I
did.
don't-
You know, he did. You know,
Southport.
James.
He grew up in Southport.
Because
As
I
if
remember
he
you
speaks
said
like
something
that.
about a beach, a nice beach out there or something.
Yeah, Southport. But nah, Formby Beach is what he was on about. But what's it called? Yeah, Southport. I didn't know they spoke that differently. I thought they were still like kind of Scouse.
There you
Unless
go.
he's lived somewhere else when he's grew up. But yeah, mad. Well, Paddy, it's a pleasure to have you here, my mate.
Talking about Steve, he's not
Thank
even
you,
here.
James.
Like Paddy's trying to pretend he's Steve. How are you, Paddy? How was Christmas?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. I spent the time away with my brother and his family and stuff, so we had a great old time. Really enjoyable.
Very nice.
Christmas doesn't really hit the same as it did when we were kids, but you know, still good crack. like.
Ah, you little Grinch. That's all right for some to say. I love a bit of Christmas myself. You know what I mean?
know
The Home
what?
Alone films.
I got a lovely surprise this Christmas. So, you know, when you want your Links Africa sets, that's a given.
Yes.
You know, if you don't get them
100%.
Christmas. So my mother-in-law got me a Links Africa set, but they have socks in it. So I now am the proud owner of Links
Wow.
Africa socks.
Hey, you smashed it there, you know.
Nothing wrong with it,
Absolutely
James.
smashed
I
it.
love me a bit of Links Africa. Do you know? It's not Christmas unless you get the Links Africa in.
Or if you go to Aldi, it's called CN Kenya.
But you know what I've realised though?
It actually is.
Funny, that. No, it's actually true. It's actually true. What's it called? But do you know what I've realised though? I appreciate Christmas for different reasons now. So like before, it was obviously waking up and getting the presents, and it was like more magical in that sense. But like now, like it's more like for the kids, and I don't know, like I just enjoy it more like that. And you have a bevy with the adults and stuff like that. I enjoyed this Christmas, to be honest. And also, my dog gets dead excited for Christmas all the time. Like she always opens her own presents and that. So like it's like having a little kid run around the house. You're on it. It was belting.
Love that. Doggy happy at Christmas. That's nice. Right, gents,
Always
loads to get
nice.
through. Loads to get through. I mean, it's all looking at that league table now, James, isn't it? Team City 6 points ahead, but no, we've a game in
Game
hand.
in hands. Game in hands. Game in hands. That's the way I'm thinking of it. Game in hands. No, City look good. And that's dead annoying that they look good because, you know, you want to, at this point of the season, you probably want to be 1 or 2 points within them. Even with our game in hand, which, by the way, we have to win, that's still 3 points. And it's still only one win, but you just think, when is City even going to lose? And none of their games are being cancelled. Last season, they had a problem with COVID, to be fair, but this season, that hasn't really been an issue. And even if they do lose a couple of players, we all know they've still got a squad good enough to win the league. So it just makes you think, are they going to drop off? But Craig, for my excitement, my hope, and my belief, I need to believe that they will. And I don't know when they will, but I need to believe it because it's happened before. And, you know, Chelsea at the start of the season were looking rather unbeatable in many ways. They just won the Champions League, carried it over into the new season. We you know, at one stage, people were probably saying we were going to win the league and storm the league when City had a shaky start. So you don't know, do you? Anything can happen, but I do still think we're in the title race. I wouldn't write us off yet.
I meant to ask you both, and I apologise I didn't, but did you get anything nice for Christmas? Paddy, we'll start with you. And anything nice in the Murphy household?
You know, not like my whole family. We done a KK this year, which is a Chris Kingle, so everyone gets a certain
I
person.
thought you were going somewhere else with that when I heard the first
No.
Paddy, I won't lie with you.
Yeah, I'm not ready to demonetize the channel that early. But so I'm the only one that didn't ask for it specifically. I don't really care. It's just as cliche as it is. as long as my whole family and friends are happy and healthy, that's all that matters to me. So I got a few nice things, but once I have me health, that's all that matters, right?
Oh, this
Yeah,
iPad. That's
if you
actually a
want to
great to
console
say.
yourself with that, that's fine with you, Paddy. So if you want
I-
to lie to yourself and
ironically-
say that as long as I have my health.
Some people might be saying, some people in the chat are thinking, "There's no way he has his health." I actually got a checkup recently, and I actually do have perfect health. Who knew it? Well, apart from being like really fat, but like there's no damage done yet, so we still have time.
There's no damage
we can
done
save
yet.
it. We can save it.
Paddy, I've been trying to find anything. I'm literally Googling every week now. Can I live a full life as a fat person?
Can you be fat and happy and healthy?
Unhealthy.
I'll find a study somewhere that convinces me I'm grand.
I'm pretty
Confirmation
sure.
bias.
I'm pretty sure you can be fat your whole life.
I've been giving it a good go, James. I've been giving it a good go.
Yeah, I think I've been pretty good with that too. Yeah.
Nah,
I'm
because I've
looking-
got
I'm
a granddad who's fat. He's always been chubby, and you know what, lad? He's custy. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah, but
still
he might
kicking.
not. He probably wasn't big when he was there, like a young lad, no? Or was he?
Nah, he was huge, laddie. I'm mad. He was
Yeah.
bigger when he was younger. He got more into shape when he was older, but into shape for him was like,
Circle.
losing 20 pounds and then getting back on the beef. You know what I mean? Like that'd be
Fair
his
play to him.
jam. It was fair play to him, but he's still kicking though. So, and he's
You're right.
still scanning pizzas on a regular. So it's lovely.
I'm right.
Big
we
up
all love
James's
pizza.
granddad.
What about yourself,
Innit?
James? Anything nice in the Redmond household?
A lot of boxies, a lot of chocolates. I got a lot of chocolates this year.
Nice.
I got some links. Very
Course you did.
fancy.
What's a
Very
boxy?
fancy. What?
What's a boxy?
Oh, sorry. So underwear,
Boxers. yeah,
underwear.
okay.
So Calvin Klein's and all
Is
that
that
nonsense.
is that a scout saying?
Calvin Klein's, huh?
I know, very
Calvin
fancy,
Klein.
Nancy. No, very fancy, Nancy, innit?
He's got to
I
do
got
it. He's
some
got
other
to
ones,
do it
but
when
I
he's
can't
picking up
remember the name.
when he's picking up birds in the nightclub. All he has to do
Don't
is
do what the rest of us do. Just get one pair.
That's
just
what you do.
find a
No,
way
but
to pass
Paddy-
on to the shit ones.
Paddy, you need to get onto the technique. The technique is have your jeans, just let the Calvin Klein bit show, and the jeans just a little bit low. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Paddy, do you remember the Calvin Classics you used to be able to get over here, like spelt with a K? Calvin Classics, like
Oh
they were.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got loads of them. That's my version. Do you know what I mean? Pound shop
Ooh.
version of James's life. That's basically how I live.
Love it, yeah. I've never ventured in. I've as I said, until I get into shape, I'm not going to bother with Calvin Klein's. But a fat fella buying Calvin Klein's is like a blind person buying glasses. You know what I mean? Like so.
Hey, listen, Paddy, don't underestimate it. A lot of girls like the big boys, so don't you worry about that, my friend. Craig knows.
James is a hype man. I love this.
He's right. They love 12 inches, Paddy. They love it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I love the big boys.
I was born with 5 limbs for a reason.
You know what? Genuinely, my mother-in-law gave me a perfect present. She literally gave me a bucket of chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a bucket
Sound,
filled
man.
with like Ferrero Rocher and like Lindt and
Oh,
all the good
lad,
stuff.
that's fancy, Daddy. You man. When you say
right.
I've got celebrations there, and I was buzzing about them. You're telling me you got Ferrero Rochers and all of the fancy
Ferrero
chocolates.
Rocher bars as well, and the box of sweets, and the Lindt, all the good stuff.
I've never had a
yeah.
Ferrero Rocher
Christmas
bar in
trip,
my
God
life.
bless her.
What? You've never had a Ferrero
Never.
Rocher bar?
Not
Yeah,
a
but-
bar.
but you
I've had
put
the
a Kinder
I've had the
Bueno, like-
things.
You talking about Kinder Bueno, Craig?
Oh yeah, I've had a
Ferrero
Kinder
Rocher.
Bueno. I've had
Ferrero
a Kinder
Rocher
Bueno.
bar. Hang
Well,
on,
I've
I'll
never had
get
one of them
this.
either.
1 second. I'll be back in a sec.
I've never had one of them.
Oh wait,
either.
there is it a Kinder Bueno?
No, it's not. I think it's something different. But Kinder Bueno
Oh.
they're made by Ferrero, aren't they?
Yeah,
Fair
actually,
enough.
now that you
Are
mention it, the bottom of them taste similar.
Yeah. What?
Not a chance.
Fuck
That
off.
looks like something that you get in Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, I'd say that's well.
And there's
nice.
also a hazelnut version, which is odd considering Ferrero Rocher is fucking
Hazelnut?
anyway.
Oh, I wouldn't eat that one.
Oh wow, yeah, I'd be stuffing that like if. Oh yeah.
I'd scran the other one. I'd scran the head off it.
Oh, they'd be all destroyed, mate. Don't worry about that. Little bit of a, and they'll be all gone.
Then you custy.
They'll be all gone. A little bit of a smoky smoke later, and they're gone.
Easy.
Yeah.
Da, da,
I
da, da,
want to
da.
just get to this before I get into the build-up. Thank you very much, Kieran. Christmas was good, my man. Nice and quiet, and yeah.
He's
Forgot
like
how much
Kieran.
of a ball like cooking Christmas dinner was, though.
Oh, Christmas dinner. Something that I still don't know about yet. Yeah, that'll be me. Do you know, if I'm lucky enough to get a wife, who'll make the roasts and shit. Or I could just get me. I'll be coming round to me ma, so my ma will still be doing them. I might never have to make one, and I'm
You
fine
will.
with that.
You will.
I've never
You
win.
will.
Ah,
Everybody has to suffer through it at least once, James.
shit.
Yeah,
What if I
that's
fuck it up, though?
Callum in
Like
the
the
chat as
turkey
well.
and that?
He was cooking it for his mum this year, first time, and he knocked it out of the park apparently. So well played. Right, gents. This will lead me into where what I want to talk about first. So Coleman on a free in 2023 is what Joe has said here. Thank you, Joe, for the super chat, by the way. That kind of leads us into the conversation around Raphinha, James. Go on.
Yes.
Because there is
Yes.
a bit of a... And I've reached out to... I don't have any English sources. I don't. But in Germany and Spain, I've got some good journalistic friends in those necks of the woods. So I did reach out to Germany. And apparently...
Is that Craig with a flex there? Is that Craig with a
I
flex?
did reach out to Germany, like the Eurovision. I
I
love
said,
it.
look, Germany, what's the story?
Germany, Dublin calling.
Wexford. I reached out to Germany and I said, look, Hans, what's the story? No, I reached out to Germany and took me a while to hear back. But what I've heard is that there's no plans for Bayern Munich to do anything in January. So if they're looking at Raphinha, it will be if Coleman moves on, and it won't be January. It'll be the summertime. So there's still a little bit of time in there for Liverpool, but it does look like Bayern certainly hold an interest. That's what I've been able to find out, but no plans for January that I'm aware of.
So according to your sources, which isn't barbecue sauce, proper German sources.
Proper journalists. In Germany, look, I'll be kind of blunt a bit. In Germany, I've got a couple of scouts that I know and 3 journalists. In Spain, 2 journalists. In England, nothing.
Okay, so if we don't get Raphinha, we'll be looking at Coleman for free. Or is Coleman first
Raphinha,
option?
we're going to be looking at... who was the other 2 that was in an article mentioned today? Jared Bowen and... let me try and find the other one because I can't for the life of me remember.
Is Raphinha number 1?
Yes. I can't go that far and say yes.
Okay, sorry, am I digging a bit too far? We're interested. Well, yeah, I am going to assume, not based off what you've just said, but just based off my own opinion, that Raphinha is number 1, because it is something that makes sense. He's Premier League proven, he's at Leeds, they're not really in the best situation, he wants to leave, I'm sure they'll take a bit of money for him, because they need to improve the overall squad. So, I'm going to assume he is number 1 or number 2. I think we should get Raphinha, but I wouldn't mind Coleman.
In there, James.
Go for it.
In all of this, we'll also have to point out that Leeds are trying to tie him down to a new deal. They are trying to get him tied down to a new
Which
contract.
won't happen.
No,
if Raphinha has a brain,
it won't. You're right.
It won't happen. So, I am confident. How long has Raphinha got left on his contract? If anyone in the chat can let us know that information, that'd be brilliant, because that is a factor. 3 years.
3 years. He would have signed a 5-year deal, right? So.
Yeah, I think it's 2.5 years minimum that I'm aware. I'd say at least 2.5 anyway.
Because I think when he first came to the Premier League, I think he was more committed to the cause. Let's see what we do in a couple of transfer windows. Let's see how we progress. Had to go first season. Second season kind of fell off a little bit. Not just to say the least. No offence, Leeds fans.
The other name is Danjuma. Just checked it.
Danjuma. I'd rather Raphinha over Danjuma, but I like Danjuma. I think Danjuma's a good player, but I wouldn't mind Coleman. So we're not interested in Coleman. Is there no point in me talking about him?
No, we're not. The only interest that we were ever quoted with him was after the Euros. There was a link when his father, I think, was looking to move him on at one point from Bayern, but he's too injury prone for look at, I think.
Yeah, he's not good.
So Raphinha's chatting on leaving Leeds when Klopp is supposedly gonna go. Brilliant. Right, so the contract length has nothing to do with it, which means we're probably gonna have to cough up a bit of dough. But I do think Leeds will be more willing to negotiate opposed to just sticking to the price they want, because they do need to improve that all-round squad, and they don't really know, or at least from the recent transfer windows I've saw, they don't have super investment. Plus, what are they letting out of the club? Because you've got to remember, for all teams, they've got to let out to bring in. Do you know what I mean? So letting Raphinha go will be huge for being able to bring in a good chunk of players, a good portion of players for a decent amount of money. So I do think they'll be willing to negotiate. And even when you just look at the options, like, he's such an exciting player, he's such a different style of player, it makes sense to try and give him a chance in a squad that is always changing. You know, Liverpool's team, even though it does still have a lot of familiar faces for consistent amount of time, you can see that there is still spots there that you can slot into, like Firmino with Jota and other positions as well. Like Kanate is now knocking on Matip's door. Like, all that and more, I think, why not? Like, go for him. He's a right winger, so is Salah, but he can still compete with him. He can make each other better.
What confused me a bit, Paddy, was seeing the price that had been linked. And look, it's the crowd that have linked Raphinha to Bayern Munich. It's a very, very credible outlet from Brazil who have good links to the Bundesliga, who've gotten stories right before. And €50 million, Paddy, seems way too cheap.
I mean, if you were to get him for €50 million, you'd be laughing. There's not a chance, though. But with Leeds faltering a little bit, I think their position weakens. Like the better Leeds do, the stronger their position is in not selling. But they are struggling, and I tip them to get relegated. I don't want them to because they're a historic club and all these things. But I think they could get relegated, and then if they do, the position for Raphinha gets even stronger because he's not going to stay. He probably has a relegation clause also, but 50 million would be a steal, and I'd be buzzing with that. But I reckon it'd be like 70 odd.
You know what though? Looking at the three lads we've been linked with, so Bowen, Danjuma, at least by who was it? Let me give credit to this article. Where did this come from? This one came from, I think it was the Express, maybe. So let's just look at the three on here. Because they're all names we've heard before. Danjuma, Bowen, Raphinha. You can see how every one of them could be of interest to Liverpool and perhaps how they could fit into a Jurgen Klopp system. Whereas with some other links, James, I haven't been able to see some of the fit. But I can see how each one of those three would fit into our squad.
Definitely. Do you know what? Even Jared Bowen, like, he intrigues me. I like Jared Bowen. I know a lot of people probably won't like the
really
name.
Intrigues me, James. Really does. And it has for a while.
No, Jared Bowen's a fucking good player, man. Like, I think he could have a similar impact to Jota in a way. Like, he'd surprise a lot of fans. That'd be a really good move. And plus, I couldn't see him being more than 50 million. I think he could be in the 40 range, you know, like similar to what we paid for Jota. All of them links make sense because we can actually... That they're the type of players that we buy. You know, what was Mane to Southampton? He was arguably their best player, but it was like a smaller club, so we just took it off them. It was the same with Salah at Roma, their strongest attacker, so we just took it. Like, we don't go and get Haalands because they're too much, they're too pricey, or Mbappe's or anything like that. We get players that not really is of interest to other clubs. We know they'd be intrigued to come to Liverpool, especially now when we're playing Champions League football season in, season out. I believe the season that Salah came, that was our first season back in Champions League. So we weren't like a consistent Champions League figure in any way, shape or form. Like, it was just one of those things, you know what I mean? Like, we were just there. Like, sometimes we'd get it.
See, this is wrong, Joe. This is wrong, and let me explain to you why you're wrong, Joe.
Craig's fuming.
No, look, it's because he's fucking English and West Ham. That's it. It's just unsexy, and that's the only reason why. And I think we all thought that when we first seen the Bowen links. But if we're being honest about it, look at the way
he's got great delivery.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's brilliant, and he's got a good engine, and he's 20. What is he? 20.
Great. No, that's one thing that I like about him. I think he'd adapt to our system. You've really got to bear in mind, people, that like it's not always just like. I think Bowen, weirdly enough, like I like Raphinha more as a the type of player that Raphinha is. I like that more. Plus, I think he's in a worse squad, and he still gets good numbers, which means I think he comes to Liverpool and still do well. But I do believe that Bowen. I do believe that Bowen would. Yeah.
Where would he play, Raphinha?
He can play left and right, can't he? So he's rotating. He's rotating them positions, and he's competition for the wingers. I don't mind him on the left. I don't mind him on the left. He's got decent delivery, so I think that would suit well for us.
For the way we play, it's almost like we want inverted wingers. So with his left.
No, but this was the point that I was about to make as well, right? Bowen, even though Raphinha's more of a preference to me, Bowen would probably. Like, and you've got to look at chances. He'd most likely suit our system more when you really think about it. Because he'd adapt to the press more. He'd adapt to the press more.
I was immediately just start watching more of him, first and foremost, because, you know, I don't really see them in the games we played before we were first linked. But for you, Paddy, of the three of them, Danjuma, Raphinha, Bowen, who would you like and who do you think's realistic?
Don't sleep on Danjuma, by the way, Paddy.
Yeah, I was actually just going to mention Danjuma. Obviously, he done great for Bournemouth before he moved to Villarreal, and he's had really good moments with Villarreal. He would intrigue me a lot because I feel like we could get him a lot cheaper than the other two, and like, you know, could really get a shrewd bit of business there. And he's also left-sided, so for that reason as well, and me wanting to kind of push Mane or dare I say, replace Mane in the upcoming future. James, sorry to say. But the other
Relax.
Coleman,
Relax.
I don't know if we mentioned.
Relax.
Yeah, Bowen.
Relax.
Yeah, I'd be looking at Danjuma as an intriguing option. I'm mad for a left-sided replacement, or someone like a Costas to Mane. Like, you know what I mean? Someone to push Mane, give him that little bit of impetus, because I feel like Mane is, as James would say, he's cushy right now. No one's getting in ahead of him. He could have dropped stinker after
That's
stinker,
true.
and he's kind of like.
Could it make Mane better?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
You're buying him.
You're buying him.
Nah,
I think Mane's Liverpool days are numbered.
I don't think they are.
We keep glossing over this, but we can't change the fact that the 3 lads only have 18 months left on their contract.
So did about 10 players in the summer, and that got sorted. So
I know, but they got rewarded for a really good performance.
Let me run this past you.
So why wouldn't Mane?
Paid. He's already the lowest paid of the older front 3. And you're just, as you said, James, everybody was lashed out new contracts recently over the last year. Contracts galore. Not a sniff. Not even talk. Nothing in the media about about Sadio Mane or Bobby Firmino. Neither of them. Nothing. Not a sniff. And I can imagine, particularly with Firmino, I'd say it wouldn't be that difficult to get him to renew. So yeah, that's what has me not worried, but intrigued, I suppose.
But we all love Mane, we love him blindly. But I think we forget, as good as he can still be, he's nowhere near as good as his best is. I think that's fair to say. And the club might not want to reward him with a new contract.
Why though, Paddy?
Because I feel like they want to go for the new era under Klopp. Let Klopp pick a new Mane, if you will. And they also want to free up a bit of funds. You know what I mean? They want to kind of, I don't know, it's a weird one. As Craig said, there's a reason he hasn't been offered one yet.
This is just real quick for people. That's not true. The club have an option of another year on Origi, but
okay.
Oh,
sorry,
right.
Paddy.
I feel like Mane would have been done already if he was going to be done. There's not a lot of, it's a weird one.
Same. That's where I am with it as well. And I'm the same as all of you. Don't want them to go. Love all the lads. But I just feel like the fact that, as James pointed out, we've seen a load of contract renewals. I think one of Bobby or Mane is going to go. Now, usually I'd sit here and say the club won't let them go on a free. That would be madness. But if they wanted to let the lads see out their contract, get another year and a half out of them, we've seen that the club aren't afraid to let certain players leave on a free, i.e., Emre Can. Obviously, recently we've seen Genie Wijnaldum.
So yeah, even though I understand what you're saying, but I for some reason, maybe it's just my brain being stupid, but I still don't see the link of him having 2 years left to him possibly leaving. I understand the point that you make about the money that he's on as well, but why? So if Danjuma comes in, or any of the other 2 for the left position, which none of them have proven that they're actually better than Mane yet, really, they're still testing the waters. I don't think any of those players are definitively better than him, even though they are younger.
Yes.
Mane, if he goes and they're our first choice, are you defo happy with that for the left wing position?
I feel like Mane has stagnated. Simple as that. I feel like he's stagnated.
Can you trust Danjuma? Can you trust Danjuma to come in by himself and fully do a job? I've watched Danjuma in 2 games this season, both against Manchester United. So granted, I haven't watched him in his own league or whatever. He created a lot of chances, great technical player, but doesn't really have end product. What's Mane's most important thing that people jump on him about? Because he has them big moments where he misses chances. But what they ignore is the space that he creates for the other players for the rest of the game. By the way, Jota's got double digits, Salah's got double digits. Not everyone in your team. By the way, Mane's still got 9 goals in all competitions. So even though he's not scoring as much, even though he's missing big chances at times, he's still doing everything else, and actually a little bit more to what he's always done at Liverpool. When he first joined, he was getting the goals, but Salah was there. He scored them goals when Salah was in the season, but again, he's on 9 goals this season. So would Danjuma defo be better than Mane, or would it be better to have them both together? I think that the latter option makes more sense.
Yes, I agree, and that's why for a long time I've called for Jeremy Doku to come in, learn under Mane, be his understudy, and then push Mane, and then hopefully, if things go well, if he's good enough, push Mane out. If Mane gets a bit older, that's what I want to do, to see as basically Doku takes over. Like,
Yeah.
Mane is the king, and then Doku comes in and takes over. I don't.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to just sell Mane and then sign Danjuma or sign someone and gamble on them being as good or better, because that doesn't always work.
That's what we're going to have to do at some point, lad.
You have to take it at some point. Yeah.
Get a left winger in the summer then. Someone who's going to compete with Mane, and we'll find out if they're the real deal. And if they're not, still got Mane.
Let me ask this, because I think it's a fair point. Let's say, I agree with what you've said. It is certainly going to be a roll of the dice, whoever comes in to replace or to push Sadio. So let's look at this scenario. Next summer, Liverpool are looking to bring in a wide player. So would you rather we brought in whomever, one of the three we've mentioned, it doesn't matter, whoever Klopp wants. I think that's the most important thing. So whoever Klopp wants, they bring in. Would you rather we move Sadio Mane on for, let's say, 30 to 40 million next summer with 1 year left, or keep him at the club, let him run down his contract, and maybe have to sacrifice a big transfer down the line because we haven't got the funds?
If they're my only two options, I think it'd be stupid if it got to option B. If it got to option B to the point where we couldn't give him a new contract, I think that's ludicrous, because Mane would definitely want to stay, if you'd ask me. But again, that's just my opinion and my outlook. I think he's happy at the club. I always see the way he plays. I see him in training. And these are always misleading signs at times. Doesn't always mean they're not thinking about one foot out the door. But I think he's happy. But if I had to choose out of them two options, obviously I'm going to go with the money, because the money is important, because we don't really know when we're going to be getting that money out the club, and it's probably going to be through youth players and players, that are out on loan and that are doing kind of well, and, like what Harry Wilson was. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the way we keep our money up, so we can get players in.
Knowing the owners then, as you do, what do you think the most likely scenario to happen might be?
I think the most likely scenario is Mane gets a new contract. I don't think the owners are that stupid.
I think
they're dumb.
For me, the most likely situation is he gets sold next summer, and we bring somebody. Well, give him a new contract. What age is Mane? The same as lads. Is he 29?
I don't think he deserves a new contract. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say that.
See, I think Salah
deserves a new contract. Even Bobby, we have to.
Form's so important for everyone, though, Craig. Form is everything. People believe Mane is finished because he's gone through a bad 12 to 18 months. Which, by the way, he still got 17 goals in all competitions last season, and this season he's got 9. A lot of players were crap last season. Trent was crap last season, making mega mistakes, and this season he's a whole different player. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think people are harsh because because you forget about what they could do, type of thing. But who's to say he can't do that again?
But what's the cut-off point, though? Like, what's the cut-off point in what they could do and
the
they won't do it
point is if he actually goes shit. But I
think he's done that a little bit. He's had a lot of bad games this year. He's had a lot of subpar games this year. A lot.
I disagree. I think he's had a few, but I don't think he's had an abnormal amount. I think he's actually done well in the majority of games this season. I very rarely leave Anfield and think, man, he's been shit.
Can I play devil's avocado here, James?
Go for it.
I'm kind of in the middle of this one.
I just don't want people to think I'm emotional. I'm saying this because genuinely, I think he's a fucking boss player, lad. I still think he's got it in him.
I don't think it'll come down to anyone thinking he's finished or not finished, or liking him or not liking him. I think it's just come down to the fact that the three lads' contracts are all running out at the same time, and that the club will have to make this.
But Paddy isn't saying that, though.
But we need to make the next. That's why I'm saying I'm playing devil's avocado here. I'm in the middle.
Oh, sweet. Oh, devil's avocado. I missed that bit.
The club will look to evolve, and that's where either whether it be a Doku or a Raphinha or whoever might come in, and it's horrible. It's horrible because we're talking about a group of players here, particularly the three forwards, who have literally been the best times of our lives supporting the club. We love these lads to bits. They've done things that have made the hairs in the back of our neck stand up, have made us cry, laugh, jump, sing. So it's always going to be difficult to have these conversations. But when it comes to it, the owners are going to have to be ruthless. They have to be. You can't have nostalgia in football. You can't. You just have to move on. I think it'll come down to the stats and whomever they feel is just about to go on the decline a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I don't want that. But that's then incompetent from the owners. But that's why this is where we need to talk about why can't they go out and buy the ones that we know, the guarantees of world football. Danjuma isn't a guarantee.
No,
he is a good player. He is a
Obviously, yeah.
good player for sure, but there's no guarantee that he's going to have the end product. No guarantee
But
what. So why can't we go
Bowen
out and
and
get the
Raphinha are
Mbappes?
guarantees. I think Bowen
I
and
think
Raphinha are guarantees.
I don't know. Like I don't know if they're
I'm not
guarantees.
saying he's a
Raphinha, who
guarantee
I
to be
love,
a
I don't know if
Mane,
he's a
Paddy, but I
guarantee.
think he's a guarantee to fit in the system.
I have a simple
Like,
question for James. Just a quick
Go
one.
for
right?
it, my mate.
Simply put, in this current moment, in this current version of Sadio Mane, is he irreplaceable?
Is he irreplaceable? No, I've never said he's irreplaceable. Never
And I
said
think
that.
that alone is a reason why the club would not want maybe 100% willing to give him a contract, because
But
unfortunately, I don't want it either. At some stage, these lads who have given us this generation of greatness and all this great stuff, at some stage it's gonna have some pieces of that puzzle are gonna have to change.
yeah,
Like Sadio Mane or only a couple of players in Liverpool's team are irreplaceable, and unfortunately for Sadio Mane, he's not one of them. And I think it's a difficult one.
No, of course. And do you know what, lads? I don't want people to think I'm jumping on the bandwagon of the fact they've been here for a long time, like this, that, and the other. Honestly, I'm not even on that wave. Like, if you're not good enough, you're not good enough, and I'll jump on that bandwagon. But I'm not on that bandwagon for Manny because I don't think he's finished. I think he's had a good season. I think he still could have a lot to help the squad. We keep talking about wanting to compete on all fronts. Look at Man City's attack, for fuck's sake. And I know we can't compare ourselves to them. Someone said something really funny the other day. They were like, it's like comparing ibuprofen or whatever it's called to Blue Chew. It's just not. It's incomparable. Like Man City are a whole different level of spending. It's a joke. But why can't we still have a good enough squad? Why can't we have it so Mane can then chip in for the League Cup games if he's not playing well enough? Do you know what I mean? And then if Mane wants to go,
money.
But I don't even see Mane as a hungry player, like a money-hungry player.
No,
so I don't even think
he's not hungry. But let me say this to you: let's say at the end of the season, one of the two go, because I still don't know if it'll be Firmino or Mane. But let's say one of them go at the end of the season. If we take Mane as an example, and I think I'm right, I could be wrong. Is he only on like 80 grand a week or something? It's not an astronomical amount.
No, it's not a stupid amount.
But we've got Jimmy Milner on 140 to 160, I think.
That's mad.
If you free up that's 220 grand, 200 grand's worth of wages freed up on top of maybe a small transfer fee. And we always look at things as fans just at the transfer fee. But the cost of having a Raphinha, a Bowen, a new signing at the club over 5 years, probably comparable to the transfer fee you're going to pay for them. So we're going to need to fund that as well. So I think it'll come down to just the simple mechanics of how the club have to run their finances. And they're going to have to be some... All we can hope for, I believe, is that whoever they guess, and I think, they'll use their metrics and stuff, but they're going to try and figure out who's going to be on the decline first. And I think that's the one that we lose.
If you sell one or two youth players and get 20 million, which, by the way, Nico Williams wants to leave. I believe you could get 10, 15 there. Nat Phillips, 15 million. These type of players, that's 30 million already in the bank. You can then easily get Raphinha or Danjuma or Bowen, because think about last summer as well, when we only spent 30 million of when we sold about 50 or 55. So it goes to show we've got money there, and, a bit of leeway for the net spend or whatever it may be that they care about it, the financial fair play even. So that's why I think we'd be okay and wouldn't be forced to sell one of the big players, because we're not looking to buy anyone big. If we were looking to buy an Mbappe or a Haaland, I'd understand it, because you need to try and get as much money out so you can spend that money. But we're not going to be buying someone big. We're not going to be, and you know what? We're not going to be buying Bellingham anytime soon. So it just makes it think to me, we're going to keep getting these, not meaty players, but players who aren't the superstar. They're not the person who's going to be lighting off the way. They become the superstar, but I don't think we are, Craig.
We are.
I'm sorry.
This is unequivocal.
I'm being the Grinch.
I'm telling you, we 100% will be his next club. I'm telling you. I don't know when.
We won't be his next club. So, years down the line, but not now.
Not next summer, I would agree. Very
definitely not.
Next summer. Let's move the conversation on a little bit to tomorrow. So we got some.
Let's do it.
We got some good news that the lads are back training. Curtis Jones, Virgil van Dijk, Fabinho.
Oh, that's boss.
Thiago is the latest one back training, I believe. So it looks like Thiago will probably have to settle for a bench spot tomorrow, because he's only been training a day, I believe. So with that in mind, let's have a crack at trying to pick an 11 for this game, because it's going to be a tricky game. And I'm glad that Leicester had a really difficult Boxing Day game against Manchester City, because I'm sure they're going to be even more tired now with all the injuries they've had, the COVID stuff they've had, the League Cup game against us, the game against Man City. I think they're primed for us if we can go and start fast. So with that in mind, gents, and Paddy, I'll come to you first. We know Alisson's going to play, so let's have a look at the back four. Who do you reckon's going to line up? Obviously, we know that Robbo's out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Trent. I don't think he'll start Van Dijk straight away. I think it'll be Konate and Matip, and then it'll be obviously Costas.
I think Van Dijk will be back.
Well, and in that case, then I think Konate plays with Van Dijk.
I'm not going to lie, Paddy. That's got to be a little bit happy.
And I want to see it. I give Matip. Yeah, I want to see Konate.
I want to see it.
We looked really good in the game against him when he came on in the Carabao Cup, and I think that alone will get him a spot.
Maybe, I don't know. I think you're right.
The rest he plays.
Do you know what's mad? I think you're right, Paddy. I think that's how the manager's going to see it, but I wouldn't do that if you're asking me. You know what I mean? And who cares about my little older people? But Matip's boss, lads. Nah, Matip's so heavy. But at the same
it's
time,
not against Matip, but I think it will be.
No, I agree. No, I'm.
Let me push it towards Paddy's side a little bit. What did we struggle against when we played Leicester? And what way did they play against? Yes. So I think Konate is more like...
We've got Van Dijk there. We've got Van Dijk back. Are you mad, aren't you? He's got pace for days. Man, I even said the other day over a long distance, he's the quickest in the squad. Van Dijk's got pace for days.
But we could also have Konate as well. And look, Matip's been amazing this season. Absolutely fantastic.
No. I think Matip's reading in the game is better than Konate's, but Konate's still brilliant, and Konate would suit this game. I wouldn't even hate it if Konate started. I'd just edge Matip. I agree with what you and Paddy are saying. I like with the manager, and he will most likely choose that thing. I'm not disagreeing with your points. I'm just saying it's not what I would do. Would you do that if you were the manager? Would you start Konate this game?
Do you know what? I don't mind which two of the three start.
That's a bit of a shit choice if you're a manager, Craig. You've got to be a bit more specific than that. Do rock, paper, scissors.
There's no Joe Gomez mentioned. I've noticed that between all of us. Nobody's...
Oh, yeah, you're mad, aren't you?
Joe.
Joe Gomez. I love Joe Gomez.
This is so grim. I think his days are done.
Can we just... Oh, wait there. Before you say anything like that, Paddy, can we just appreciate this man won us a Premier League? Yeah. Just reminisce.
Thank you, Joe, but it's time to go.
Fuck off, Paddy. Why are you making chance about Joe Gomez, you ass bastard?
I'm sorry.
That's too far. You turn too quick on our players, Paddy.
I think he's now fourth choice.
Yeah.
That's where you can get... I'm just being pragmatic. I love Joe. He's doing great for us, but get him out, sell him for 20 million and then Jude Bellingham money.
All I'm saying, Joe Gomez has been our sixth worst centre-back this season.
We move into midfield.
Sixth way. Kumetio is fifth. Nat Phillips is fourth, and then do the rest yourself. But
we're moving to midfield.
Kumetio ahead of Joe. Oh wow!
But Gomez, right? Let's go into the midfield.
Yeah,
I think this is what we'll see, and I'm not hating it. Fabinho, Henderson, Keita. Give me that midfield.
I think Ox for Hendo.
Give me that. No. What do you mean, Oxford Hendo?
Hello, Chris. What did you say, Chris? Sorry, Chris. What?
He's bringing a mix of Steve and Chris in one show.
Paddy, were you visited by the Ghost of Christmas Past or something?
Listen, he had a great game against Leicester. I think he rewards him with that. He rewards him with the Premier League game against him.
He's been very good. I think Oxlade-Chamberlain's certainly been fairly good.
We need Henderson. We need him. With how mad Leicester can be at times, and with them, I can't even say this word, pragmatic, but I don't think that's right. When they're just all over the place, they're very unorthodox. So I think someone like Henderson, ordering you through the game, letting you know where to be, when to be. Trent goes forward, then we can't get caught on the counter because Henderson fills in. I think he's so important to this game, so I wouldn't bring in Oxlade for me, but a late appearance for Oxlade, I certainly wouldn't mind. I think that'd make most sense. Keita, Hendo, Fabinho.
Imagine that though, Paddy. Imagine having the option of bringing Oxlade-Chamberlain, Thiago off the bench tomorrow to just, shake it up a bit.
I'll take that.
It's exciting. It's great to have the options available because every time I think I'm starting to doubt Naby or start to fall in love with him all over again. And the League Cup was no different.
I want Naby Keita to play, lads. You know what? Yeah, like, he is so good. He is so good this season. He's been amazing in enough every game.
He's
He
unbelievable.
has huge moments.
He's a world-class footballer.
And the thing is, he's got a thing to prove with how much football he's missed for Liverpool, so he's going to be hungry as well. And he knows he's got to compete with Thiago, Young, Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones. Like, he's got competition there. And this is why I keep, not to go back to Mane, but competition is key. Look at it with Robertson and Shimakash. It brings out the best of both of them. So, like, I don't know. That midfield three for me, absolutely. Defo.
And what has been put out, again, I'm trying to read some stuff. What have we got again? And so Anfield Edition reckon that, and I don't know if this is from James Pearce or who they brought it from, that Bobby Firmino's now fallen behind Diogo Jota in the pecking order up top, which I think is fair, if we're being honest. Jota's been sensational. Not and against Bobby, how good Jota has been.
Jota has brought the pressing that Firmino always does. And the goals, or more goals, as a matter of fact. Jota's a lethal striker, man. I don't even know what foot he is. Can anyone tell me what foot he is?
Well, I think it's right, but you're right.
I think his breakdown of goals, James, has been pretty much almost a straight breakdown between head, left foot, right foot. I think it's like 6-6.
What the fuck?
Something like that.
7-7-6. 7-6-6.
This is why I don't think we need a striker no more, unless we sell a Rigi. Unless we sell a Rigi, then maybe we're going to need a new striker. But I don't think we need a new striker. I think Jota is honestly perfect for that role in the number 9. As you just said, Craig, he's got headers, left foot, right foot. He's got a great... I know he misses the odd few big chances here and there, but he's so clever, finding the space. His footwork's nice. He's an exciting player to watch. Proper, classic Liverpool number 9. Real potential to be a Liverpool number 9. And if it weren't for Salah getting the numbers that he's getting, we'd be talking about Diogo Jota like the way in the present moment we were talking about, Fernando Torres and all that stuff. Like, Jota is such a clever footballer and a proper lethal number 9. I think he's perfect for that role. And I do think he's above Firmino. And it's heavy.
What a find by Liverpool, by the way. What a find.
What a find.
Mane, Jota, Salah then tomorrow. We all comfortable with that?
Defo.
See, Paddy, let me convince you why. I can see you're...
No, it is. No, yeah, I'm happy enough.
I often look for relationships around the pitch, and Keita and Sadio definitely have that. So if Keita's on the left of the midfield three, Hendo on the right, Fabinho on the holding role.
Yeah, they both parlez français, you know what I mean? So
parlez français.
Yeah, français link up. Sadio, allez, garçon.
Sadio.
Les petits. James Redmond is watching. Okay, come on. Allez. Can you believe that he wore that Felice Nabilad jumper as well? What a legend.
Oh my God, that was so funny. So funny. And that shit, man, that's funny as fuck. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I saw that post and I was like, what the hell? Feliz Navidad.
What a boy. Nice. I love Navi.
Yeah, he's a good lad. So, how much are we beating them by? Let's be fair, we're winning. I don't care. They're going to bottle it. They always do. They can't stand us. We're too good for them. Fuck you. 4-1. 4-1. At their gaff. 4-1. I'll take that every day.
They're shy, Craig. Come on, let's be honest.
They're not shy.
Our second team bet them.
Have you seen Maddison lately against on the counter? On the counter,
he got in so much trouble from Leicester fans. Because he tweeted saying best atmosphere in England at Anfield.
Well, he's right.
Yeah, he's right.
You can't get angry when someone's been truthful.
5-0.
Oh, especially that night. That night we were ruthless. We were getting into those Leicester players, mate.
I want to defend myself, right? I often take a lot of stick. So let me paint you a little picture, gents. 2-0 down after 12 minutes at home, League Cup game. Jurgen Klopp smirks on the sideline when we concede, and I lose my shit, saying, what the fuck are you smiling for? We're losing. This team are getting overran. I want to win this competition. And then we mount a great comeback, and we win. And we win on penalties, and the mood's brilliant. And all of a sudden, everybody with 2020 fucking vision and hindsight starts having a pop at me for getting angry. I got angry because I was one of the few people that wanted us to win the fucking game. And that's why I was getting angry. So to anyone out there that wants to have a pop, firstly, go fuck yourself. And secondly, I'd like to see how you reacted in the moment we went 2-0 down. Were you standing up and applauding in your living room? Because if you were, you're a little bit messed up in the head. So for me, it was because I cared. And they were like, how dare you doubt Klopp? Did I doubt him? Never doubted him. Got angry.
So wait there. So Isn't that what football's always been? Everyone who wants the same
Apparently not,
goal, everyone who wants the same goal might disagree on decisions. Even Klopp and his own coaching staff will have them moments. It's like, the fuck are you on about? What do you do? Like, they'll have them moments. So when we're fans watching the game, you're allowed to have them moments of explosions. You don't have to be happy with everything. It's like when a player makes a mistake, like, fuck's sake, whoever, insert name here. You know, like, it doesn't matter. And even the same with Klopp, like, oh, why is he going with that line? You still can love someone but disagree with decisions that they make.
Exactly.
What's the problem with that? And it's an emotional game. It's a big game. It's a quarter-final at Anfield and we're getting snotted 3-1 after fucking half an hour.
It's horrible.
So what, you're not allowed to be upset about that? I was depressed. I was sitting there thinking, I want to go fucking home.
Exactly. And then you go to the other end of the spectrum. When we meant to come back, you're feeling happiness you've never felt. Like, you're absolutely on fire.
I went live at half-time because I didn't know what to do. And about when we're losing, a lot of people join my lives. There was like 2,500 people in the live stream just laughing at me. Like, oh, Maddison goal, this, that, and the other. Joke, lad, just spamming. And I'm thinking to myself, you aren't even making me feel better at all. Like, do you know what I mean? So I just ended the live stream, went back, and I was like, here we fucking go. Because I'm not going to leave early. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that person ever. But, lad, that was bullshit. That first half, and then we just came back, and then it was like, I said it to you, Craig, it was like a Champions League night.
And
it was crazy.
Conclusions, because we're all like, yes, Klopp knows now, he's feeling
Keita, Kanate, like all of them, every substitution has an impact. But I don't know why people are having a go at you for being angry at the first half. Everyone in the stadium was fuming.
The game. They're watching.
So when we fume, yes, but when we fume. We're not so everyone in the stadium should be kicked out because they fumed at the manager when we were booing, when we were losing.
Yeah, you're perfectly right. And Paddy, I'll come to you in a sec. But that's it, James. I've been to enough games, been around enough football, played enough football. You know, like, you would get angry in these moments. It doesn't mean I don't fucking love Klopp. I idolise the man, but I also want the club to win.
I said last season we weren't going to get top 4. I said last season we weren't going to get top 4 for a mixture of things, and then people were saying to me, oh, you look stupid now because you never got top 4. It's like, yeah, I do. Prove me wrong.
Go back weeks ago, Paddy, and you guys remember me doing shows. I want the League Cup. I've been saying it for ages. I want us to win this competition.
Nah, I want a League Cup. Paddy, how do you feel about the League Cup? Scale of 1 to 10. How much do you want it? 1 being not at all, 10 being defo.
Start of the season, 3. Now, 11.
Yes, that's a belter answer.
Of course I want to win it, yeah, but I really just hope this Arsenal team aren't going to be like just walked over. We need to play our best team to beat them.
Now we do. Right,
but I
follow
up. Do that though.
If Klopp does that, that's stupid.
He's going to do a mixture bullshit again. I hate that.
If we do what we've done against Leicester, we're going to lose. Definitely. Because that is also true. I don't know. We might go with the first team. No, sorry, the second team in the first game. Hope that we just don't get spanked, and then go with the second leg. But I hope he doesn't do that. I just hope he goes strong.
I think there's a couple of players that start every single game, even though it gets to a final. I think Kelleher starts every single game. I think Minamino will start every game.
I don't even think that was our B team that he started. A lot of those players were like.
Let's be frank. We were all shocked Comedio got a run out. Yeah, out of nowhere.
What the fuck?
That just seemed to come from nowhere.
You won't be getting another one anyway. He's back to the fucking 23s. God love him. He's only a young lad. Hopefully he'll mature. But yeah.
He will. I think he's got enough about him to come back, and he'll learn from it. And Tyler Morton will learn from these experiences as well. Not that he did that wrong, by the way, but these are experiences and tough nights.
He should have got sent off, though, arguably.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah, you're right. It should have been a red card.
He's out for 2 months now, Pereira, so obviously get well soon to him. Even though
he's out for 2 months. That's heavy, that. Yeah, I'm not laughing at him getting injured.
I had an Everton fan
against Man City, by the way. What the fuck was he at? Giving away penalties to beat the band.
I know, yeah. Mad.
Absolutely, God knows.
Fucking mad, mate. Unbelievable, mate.
Bloody madness.
Jesus
but that Leicester game was crazy. That Leicester game was absolutely mad. Like, they're going to want revenge. Regardless what we think about the fitness and all that, they're going to want revenge. You're thinking Jamie Vardy was like, he's pissed about that. He's going to be buzzing that he's playing us however many days later. And he will score. Do you know what? I've said to you, Craig, that I think it'll be 3-1. We should have revealed that.
Oh, it's all good. We're not.
Oh yeah,
recording, so it's all
yeah.
good.
We're not recording.
We'll do
Yeah,
better
so
than we did last year at the King Power. That's
so
for sure.
3-1, but I can see like a 4-2 like crazy game because like I don't know, they've got goals in them, Leicester. It's just I think we're going to score more, and they haven't really got defence.
It's at Leicester, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another
It'll be
reason.
better. Yeah, it'll be better than the one there last year anyway. Fuck me.
I reckon.
What was that? Was that like 4-2 to them?
Allison disaster class.
4-1.
Had a howler too.
It's 4-1,
I
wasn't
reckon we beat them as well. I think they're going to be tired, and I think we're going to be fresh. The lads haven't had a bit of a rest with the game being called off. I think it probably, unless the club did say there was a couple of COVID outbreaks, but I think one was a youth player and 2 were staff. So as of right now, that I'm aware of, no more first team players have been diagnosed with COVID. But look, lads, we know there'll be another test before the game tomorrow, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if everything goes to plan with what we have now, I think we beat them as well. I think James is probably somewhere on the money.
There's a Leicester fan in the there's a Leicester fan in the chat there who thinks they're going to win 2-1. Kieran, I admire your optimism, mate.
I love the way he thinks you were only going to score 1 goal. But what's it called? Like he's coming up against the 2 top goal scorers in the league, and Jota and Salah, and he thinks we're scoring 1 goal. I can't help you there, my friend. Yeah, and fit Naby Keita. Naby Keita's going to score a world. If you thought Maddison's could score world-class goals right till fucking Naby turns into a gaff lad.
Football against City was ridiculous. Maddison, he did have a very good little period there in the second half against City, to be fair. But ultimately, they still lost
forever. Thankfully for girls, periods do not last forever. That's the best thing about it, boys. You've got to have a good game all game. That's why I wouldn't take Maddison. I don't think he's got like a good 90 minutes in him.
I wouldn't take him because he's a prick. That's why I wouldn't take him.
I think he's Craig, that's harsh.
He's not a prick. He's not a prick.
Arrogant arsehole.
That's not fair, Craig. You don't fully know him. You can't call him an arrogant prick if you don't fully know him.
I like his personality.
So let me just get this right. I can't say I don't like him because I don't know him, but you lads who also don't know him can say
yes, exactly. Yes, double standards. Yes, absolutely. No, I get what you mean. I don't know why don't you like him? Is there a reason?
There's a smugness off that I don't like that I don't think is justified.
Well, that's valid, but I like those players that have that kind of arrogance. Then again, it depends on if it's for us or against us.
Do you want me to tell you why I just don't think it's fully fair? Because you don't fully know them, do you? So it's like you can't say he's an arrogant prick when what's he ever done to show that he's an arrogant prick? I reckon he's sound in interviews.
I love Naby. I can say I love Naby, who I don't know. That sounds
because he comes across sound, doesn't he? He comes across, but I'm asking you,
comes across like an arrogant prick.
Why though? But why though? What's he ever done? I think he's sound in interviews.
I have a face that gets me in trouble wherever I go because apparently I just look like I'm annoyed. So people are always like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" To me,
so you don't like him because the way he looks.
Not the way he looks, the way he expresses himself. I just don't like him. I think, and what I've read, and enough stuff that I've heard that I won't go into here.
Shout out to Rickie Lambert, by the way.
Oh God,
I like Rickie.
Imagine like Rickie. Our Luis Suarez replacement, boys.
Yeah, him and
he wasn't the worst of them cunts. Balotelli was a lot worse. Prick.
Yeah. I think Lambert still got like 4 goals, to be fair.
Yeah, he scored. Yeah. And he's a Scouser, isn't he?
Yes, he is indeed. Southampton legend right there, lad.
Yes,
he was banging in goals at one point for them, wasn't he?
Him and Jay Rodriguez was like the Suarez and Sturridge of the Championship.
Yeah. Will Alana also.
I was just happy for Rickie Lambert that it didn't work out, but I was just happy for him that he got
his move.
No one can ever take that away from him.
Like he's got a picture of him signing for Liverpool now. That's sick.
You just know he's a sound lad. You know, you just know.
Shit, though.
Did you like that little segue from the James Maddison thing? Did you like that?
Fair play.
Fair play.
Let me say this to you. Vardy, I would put in the same category as I don't like Vardy.
I love Vardy. Think about it if he played for your team. Think about if you're a Leicester fan.
But I haven't.
But no, I know. But think about if you was. Because honestly, you'd love him. You'd love Jamie Vardy.
I probably would have loved Patrice.
I love Jamie Vardy.
Jamie
Vardy. Love his shithousery. I love it, lad. I'm all for it.
I respect the shit out of what he's
flags.
Absolutely,
the golf.
100% respect every ounce of what he's done in his career. Because to get from non-league to where he's done, that takes bottle. And I always give him that.
Every level of the FA Cup. How scouse is that? Played every round. even like the shit rounds, like the ones before round 1, 2, 3, and that, like he's played in every level of it. So that's madness to me, and he's won it.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Look, I respect him massively for what he's done in the game. But you're right. If I was a Leicester fan, I probably love him, but I'm not. So I don't like him. Same way
He
I love.
he loves the trip to Thailand as well.
I'm gonna let that go because I've no idea what it's about.
Just Google Leicester, Thailand.
I'm usually busy googling referees Thailand. Have you had a little look at their little jolly boys out and
No.
have a little look at that one. You'll
Oh,
see
yeah?
3 referees. I believe 2 of them perhaps married over there with ladies on
I
their
bet you
arms.
one of them was Paul Tierney, the fucking cunt. Fuck you, Paul
What?
Tierney.
I think it was.
Hey, Paddy.
Yeah.
You're funny, you lot. Do you like Jamie Vardy?
Yeah, I think he's funny. He's a character. They don't have a lot of them in football these days. Most of them are robots. So I like his personality. But I like, you know.
He looks like fucking your man from Steptoe, son. That's all he looks like. A miserable old prick.
The only thing I'm annoyed about him that he didn't do when he scored against United this year, he didn't do the show. That would have been hilarious.
Nah, Jamie Vardy, lads, is a proper shit. I love the shit out of it. He scores against us every time. That's the one time I don't like him. I don't like him when we play against him. But as a person, I think he's funny.
As a footballer, quality, no doubt about it. And again, full respect for what he's done. Full respect for the charity work he does. I just get wound up by certain players, and he's one of them. But I never deny his attributes. He's an excellent.
He also
footballer.
blocked Lee Chappie, so no, that's bad form.
That is bad form. That is bad form. And it was ...
Why did he block Ali Chappie?
Because he obviously leaves his impersonator. He just didn't like it in the end. I don't know.
Oh, what the fuck, lads? Lord, but I don't like Jamie Vardy. He's a prick.
Yeah, fuck
you. I know I
Jamie Vardy's having a party. Bring your vodka. And
I do still love his shit out of it, though. Like, him as a player, as a performer, like, he is one of my favourite players to watch, though. Like, he's still the 3rd top goal scorer in the league. That's insane.
And the story then in the league, like, it was unreal. Like, he's part of one of the most historic wins ever.
Do you know, even just winning the FA Cup, that's mental. Mental to me. Like, unreal.
Great story. I know his movie's kind of chalked now. They're going to do a movie, but it's kind of too far gone now, unfortunately. I think
he's also part owner of Rochester United, a club over just outside around New York. I think they're not in the MLS, but they're in one of the development leagues, I believe. So again, nice to see he's looking after himself. I'll tell you what, I give credit for it. He's been good at looking after his money, Jamie Vardy, because he came to the game quite late at the high level with regards to the money. So great to see he's done well for himself and his family, and I'll never begrudge anyone a few pounds like that. Look, gents, before we finish up, any other business we want to bring up before I go and do a watch along of the United game over on Twitch? If anyone wants to join me for that one, get over there. You know, Twitch, Paddy, that platform that I went over and just took off you. I'm only fucking joking.
It's fair. No, listen, it is what it is. You know, fair play.
It is what it is.
That's yours. Yours and that's you, and TikTok's yours as well, Paddy.
I've chalked on Twitch. I haven't streamed in like 3 weeks. It is what it is.
It's hard to keep the hours up, man. It's only month 1 and I'm already exhausted.
I know, yeah, it's tough going. Asher, look, we'll get there. Hopefully, United lose.
Actually, any New Year's resolutions, gents?
Just try to be less of a fat wanker.
That's mine every year, Paddy, and I've never.
No, this time I'm actually gonna. I need to. I'm gonna become skinny. Not skinny, but it's gonna be hard to become skinny in a year. But we'll see what happens.
I can help you out, and I mean that sincerely. I can point you in the right direction because I lost 103 pounds at one point.
Jesus, I could do with that. Yeah, I would appreciate any tips and tricks and whatever. I suppose having a takeaway like I'm having right now probably isn't the best, but that's because it's Christmas. You know,
ketosis,
New Year, new me.
Have a look up at ketosis, Paddy.
Keto diet, is it?
Yeah. Well, not the keto diet as such, but just put your body into ketosis, which is where it's basically has minimum carbohydrates and goes into fat burning mode. And I can explain to you off stream if you like. But what was the other thing I wanted to do before we finish up? My New Year's resolution is really simple. Just fucking believe in myself a bit more. I'm always putting myself down, and I need to believe in myself a little bit more.
Good on you, my mate. Good on you. No, that's a good. That's
no
a nice
reason not to
New
believe
Year's
in
resolution.
yourself. Look at the amount of people you have watching and supporting you all the time. You know what I mean? Daily.
I know, but at least I'm a prick, mate. I'm somebody that will ignore the 500 lovely things and focus on the one. negatives.
Yeah, that's human nature. It's hard not to do that. Like, you know what I mean? I've been the same for sure. You one, thing you latch on to, even though you have loads of good ones. But you'll get better at it. But you should always believe in yourself. You're a top man. And look, we're all here for you too as well, and all the chat. Oh, Forza Craig Houlden, we love you.
Preach.
Anything for you, sir? New Year? Any resolutions?
I don't know, lads. I don't know.
More drinking.
Yeah. Probably less drinking, to be fair, this year. That'll be much more like.
I just hope.
I'm gonna try and sleep with less women. I'm gonna try and sleep with less birds.
I just hope
to be fair.
I don't know what you take me for, boys. I'm a gentleman.
Yeah, of course. I just hope the games don't go behind closed doors. That's what I hope for too.
Looking good so far. It's looking good as we stand.
Paddy's New Year's resolution is to stop every fucker that's thinking about putting these games behind closed doors.
Yeah, I want to get over to the Inter Milan second leg because it's 2 days after my birthday. So, any ticket plugs out there, give me a shout.
Yeah, if we get Ajax in a later stage, we're gonna need to make sure that we sort that out.
We're definitely having an away trip. Even if we don't get match tickets, if we get Ajax.
Yeah, we're going.
Anfield Agenda away trip, sponsored by Manscaped. I was going to. Oh my god, we could meet up and shave each other's balls and get Manscaped to sponsor.
No.
I actually got some edibles dropped up to me by someone the other day. Never taken them before, but they dropped them up to me because I got a bag of them. So there's a couple of edibles there on top of the press.
Fucking hell!
Very nice.
Very nice. I like you.
Very nice.
I'm taking them before I get on the plane. I'm taking them before I get on the plane to Lanzarote.
Hey, why not?
Why not?
Why bloody not?
Let's see what happens. If anyone gets arrested on a flight, it's me.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
Mate, yeah.
It'll be me doing an announcement video, me and Paddy just being like, right, so for the next 6 weeks, we're going to be taking over Anfield Agenda. Craig has been nicked.
Makes it an extended holiday in Lanzarote prison.
Nice to know you'll carry on anyway, lads. It's good to know that you keep the brand alive. I'm happy about that one.
No, definitely.
Of course.
Right, we will leave that be, and I'm going to go get ready for the United game. Thank you to James. Thank you to Paddy. No sponsors to thank, so fuck all of them. No one here to thank us today.
So make sure you follow Anfield Agenda on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter.
Don't forget Twitch, Paddy. Don't forget Twitch. Very important to remember.
Sorry, you don't have a Twitch. What are you talking about?
Very important to remember Twitch.
Anfield Agenda has a Twitch. I have no recollection of that. What? Really? No way.
Soon to be Twitch partner as well. After
there's a Twitch channel. Oh my god, Craig! I never knew I had to follow.
You should do, Paddy. Yeah, apparently it's all the rage on Twitch now.
Yeah.
Apparently there used to be some other fraud, but he's gone away.
Yeah. I still haven't got a proper mic and a green screen, so it's my own fault, really. I'm an amateur. I'm too busy.
Green screen. This is my living room. This is real. This is my wall.
Sorry. Yeah, true. Sorry. Shit,
right, guys, I'm gonna leg it. Thank you.
Let's do the damn thing.
See you in the chat. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.